Well, I couldn't have got more soppy and romantic than that, Cyberdogs. If Iskall doesn't fall for this, his heart is made of stone. Greetings, Cyberdogs and citizens of the interbubs. This is Ren the Dragon Dog coming at you in another episode of Minecraft Survival from the Hermitcraft server. I hope you guys are having an absolutely amazing day wherever you are in the world right now. I am in Minecraft heaven, guys. Last episode, I managed somehow by the miracle of noobness to defeat Edna the Ender Dragon, and I got my freaking wings, baby! Oh, this is such a glorious day. Take a look at this. I put Unbreaking 3 and Mending on those bad boys, and I've just been floating around Skull Island for about 10 minutes now, taking in the sights and, well, wasting all of my firework rockets. But it's been worth it, man. It has been worth it. I've been waiting for this day for a couple weeks now, and now that we have flight, guys, things get to change in Minecraft. This takes us to the next freaking level, and it is going to be glorious. Thanks, everybody, by the way, for all of the love and the support in the previous episode, especially from the older Cyberdogs. You guys know how important that fight was for us, and yeah, it was really, really nice to see all the support in the previous episode. Hey, if you didn't watch the previous episode, you need to go watch it, man. It was absolutely epic. Also, by the way, big facepalm to all of you guys who voted that the ReNDoG was going to die. You think I'm brand new? Well, I am brand new, but I don't know, by some lucky chance, I managed to actually defeat that dragon. So get wrecked, all of you guys who thought ReNDoG was going to die. Oh, man. Anyway, we have got so much work to do today, guys. I can't be flying around all day. I've got 4 rockets left, unfortunately, and we're going to be, well, we're going to try and solve that problem today. I have set up a little bit of a foundation down here. Let's actually get down here so I can show you what's been cracking. I've set up like a little bit of a work area. Wow, I almost died from that. Yeah, I've set up a little bit of a work area here, and we're going to be working in this space today because what we need to do is find a more consistent way to generate rockets. Hang on. This guy just threw me off my intro. Hello? What are you doing here? Is this a prank? Oh, are we getting pranked? Villagers? Do villagers spawn in mushroom biomes? Freaking villager throwing me off my introduction. Derpy-faced idiot. Anyway, so today, guys, we're going to be finding a way to get a more consistent supply of rockets, and it's payback time, baby. We are going to be getting back Iskall for trying to give us that Elytra, trying to make us build something out of Iskallium in our beautiful netherboard base, and I got plans, man. We're going to get Iskall back real good today. It is going to involve fire, it is going to involve flame, and it is going to involve deception and lies, and it is gonna be beautiful. Oh, netherboard, you're looking so freaking snazzy right now. I kind of want to take you out for dinner. You know what I'm saying, people? Oh man, when I first conceptualized this style for Season 5, guys, I was a little bit concerned, a little bit worried, because, to be honest with you, I didn't think it was going to turn out really good. It was so different, it was so freaking risky, that I was kind of concerned. I thought we'd be moving on to a new base pretty soon, but man, the more that I work on this, the more that it comes together, baby. I've added a couple more roads to connect the Skelebite processing unit into the netherboard itself. I've added another road over there to the Nethercool 3000 too. And today we're going to be working on a brand new component over here. It's going to be beautiful, man. You know, one of the things that I really love about this base is how simple it is. I mean, we're not really getting technical. We're kind of on the borderline of technical. I mean, we've got like a skeleton dungeon spawner processing thingy over there, which is pretty cool, and a dark room spawner over here, which works sort of automatically. But other than that, we haven't really delved into the technical side of Minecraft a lot, have we? And, well, today we're going to change that, baby. Today we're working with redstone. So prepare your faces for palmage, because it might turn out a little bit derpy. I've stuck Edna over here, speaking about redstone, on some redstone, and I think she deserves to watch this, right? I mean, after I slayed her butt in the previous episode, I think the least I can do is give her a front row seat. Anyway, what are we doing today? Well, we need to find a way to make these things, firework rockets, and, well, we have a processing unit over there for gunpowder, which is excellent, and what we need to do now is find a way to get ourselves a consistent supply of paper. By the way, for those of you guys who don't know, go. Here's how you make the rockets, with some gunpowder and a piece of paper. And depending on how much gunpowder you put in here, that determines the flight duration. I like having 3-second flight duration. That's a pretty decent flying time for me. But today we need to figure out how to make this paper. So what I would like to try and do, and I've done a little bit of research, I want to try and make a fully automatic sugarcane farm right in this little component. And I want to try and make it look like, I don't know, like it's a little capacitor or something that's connected to one of the cablings of the netherboard, right? That's the plan. I've got everything that we need over here in the shulker box, and we're going to be getting a little bit technical. We're going to be using observer blocks today, which is pretty cool. We're going to be using some pistons, some sand, and a whole bunch of rails and stuff. So yeah. Now I know what some of you guys out there are saying. ReNDoG, put the redstone down. Redstone ain't your bag. Stick to making buildings and making beautiful looking things. Don't try and do redstone. Whenever you try and do redstone, things go horribly wrong. I hear you guys. I hear you. Okay, I know that my redstone skills aren't exactly the strongest, but I'm trying to become a better Minecrafter. I'm trying to become better at this jazz, man. And the only way you can become better at something is if you try it out, right? And if you actually do some practicing. Even Edna over there agrees. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about, Dragonface. Anyway, guys, I'm going to try and break down the concept for this little sugarcane farm for you. And it's actually really, really simple. What we're going to be doing is we are going to be harvesting this sugarcane using these pistons over here. Okay, now the real trick to this farm is to try and make it 100% automatic and 100% lossless. So I want to make sure that all the sugarcane that we farm gets collected, that we don't lose any of that beautiful sugarcane goodness. Now, this is definitely not the way that I'm supposed to be setting it up in here, but I want to show you guys the concept before we do anything else. We're going to be using something called an observer block. And observer blocks are really cool. I've never actually used one before in Minecraft, so I'm kind of excited. And yeah, not entirely sure how they work. I kind of get the concept of them, but what I do need to do is get them to face in the correct freaking direction to start with, and I think it's going to be like that. There we go. Okay, so check it out. We got the face of the observer block, right? And that face is, well, it's doing the observing, and I guess the theory of the observer block is that when it observes something, it makes a redstone pulse. That's the technical breakdown of the observer block. It's true. That's how it works, okay? So check it out. We've got that observer block over there looking over that sugarcane. And the theory goes a little something like this, right? When the sugarcane grows up to the face of the observer block, it's going to trigger a redstone pulse out of its butt. And that redstone pulse is then going to trigger the piston, and it's going to harvest the sugarcane. So let's put this bad boy to the test. Let's just say the sugarcane is growing. There we go. Okay, beautiful. So the mechanics of it actually works. That's beautiful. Now, obviously, the difficult part of this build is going to be to figure out a way to collect that sugarcane, right? That's going to be the really, really tricky part. And I reckon what we could probably do is set up some sort of a hopper minecart system that is going to be collecting all of that sugarcane underneath the sand. So if we can get like a hopper minecart system running underneath the sand and make sure that the only place that the sugarcane can go is on the sand. So for example, if we built like a wall like this, right? Then, when the sugarcane breaks, it'll land on the sand, and the hopper minecart will collect the freaking sugarcane and deliver it to this chest over here. That's the theory. Okay, guys, are you ready to get technical up in this business? I've had my coffee, and I think my brain is ready to go. Let's begin working on the delivery system for our sugarcane farm. First and foremost, we need to find a way to get the sugarcane into the chest, right? And we're going to simply do that using a hopper chain over here. The theory is that the sugarcane, when it hits these hoppers, will eventually end up in this chest. Let's just do a little bit of testing. Let's stick a sugarcane in there. Does that land up there? Perfect. And let's do a little test on this side too. We should have 2 sugarcane in there. Okay, perfect. So that's working. Beautiful. This is the area where we are going to be collecting the sugarcane from the hopper minecart. Now, the hopper minecart needs to be on a, well, eternal loop, doesn't it? It needs to go round and round this area so that it can collect the sugarcane that'll be growing on top of it. And we can do that with a few powered rails. So I've got a block of redstone down there. And what I want to do is just add 2 signs of powered rails on both sides of our little farm over here. Let's get these bad boys installed, and then we'll just go for some normal railings like this, right? And that should theoretically give us perpetual motion with the hopper minecart, right? Shall we give this bad boy a test? Let's stick the hopper minecart over here, give him a bit of a shove. Come on, dude, you need to carry on going. Okay, so he's going to go round and round and round and round. That's absolutely perfect. Dude, okay, that's cute, but it's wrong. Get out of there. Okay, nice. So that's working very well. And of course, what's going to happen is when the minecart goes over these hoppers, it's going to be dropping the sugarcane into the chest. That's the theory, though. Shall we just test it out? I want to try do this one step at a time over here, guys. Okay, geez, I'm not exactly very good at redstone, and sometimes I dope things up. Let's put a couple of items in there, and let's see if they end up in the chest. Come on, hopper minecart, do your business. So theoretically, it's dropped off those rails here, and we should see them in the chest. Yes, there they are. Okay, perfect. All right, you can stop now. Thank you very much. Now, the next step is going to be to get the sugarcane to grow on this bad boy, right? And here's how we're going to do this. We are going to plant the sugarcane directly above these two sides of rails over here, right? So, when the sugarcane gets busted by the piston, it is going to get sucked up by the hopper minecart that's going to be running underneath the sand. That is the theory. It should work. It should work in theory. I hope so. Now we're cooking with gas, baby. This little component is coming together real good, man. What I'm loving most about it is that my brain is able to assimilate exactly what's going on around here, right? It's super simple. We got sugarcane upstairs. We got hopper minecart downstairs. And yeah, it couldn't be more simple to put together. What do you think, Edna? What's that? I'm a redstone pro? Oh, thank you. Little dragon face cutie pie. Oh, man. She's so nice, that Edna. Anyway, you know what I love most about this component, though, guys, is that it actually looks like it might be something inside of a computer. We got water up here, like cooling, right? This is like a coolant system. And we've got some really straight and symmetrical lines here, too, which you always see in computer parts. And, well, these rails down here could potentially be seen as like cabling or wires or something. And we're even going to have a moving part in this thing, aren't we? When we have the hopper minecart going round and round. So in some ways, if we use the imagination very hard, you can actually see this thing as some sort of a computer component plugged into the netherboard. And that's absolutely jazztastic, man. Speaking of our computer components, working on this thing got me thinking of a little story I wanted to tell you guys, man. This weekend, I was cleaning up my house. I was giving this place a little bit of a spring clean. In England, it is almost summertime, man. It is getting a lot hotter. The sun is coming out a little bit more, and it's almost time to dust off the old barbecue, and that means that we need to have a clean house in case they're visitors. Well, I'm not going to have any visitors, but I might have a barbecue by myself, okay? And I want to have a barbecue in a nice, clean freaking house. And I've been doing some spring cleaning over the weekend. It's taken me much longer than I thought it was going to take me because, well, I discovered a couple of boxes in my second bedroom that I haven't looked at in a couple of months, and I'd like to find out if I'm not the only person who does this. Basically, for the last 10 years of my existence, I have pretty much kept every single computer component that I have ever purchased. Yep, I know that sounds a little bit crazy, and I suppose it's not every single component, but what I have kept is all graphics cards, all RAM sticks, all hard drives, and all peripherals, mouses and keyboards and whatnot, and I think it's 3 very big boxes of super old and janky ass computer bits. I have no idea why I'm keeping them. Something in my brain has kicked into hoarder mode when it comes to computer peripherals. I've always loved computer bits though. I love the way they look. I love the way they, they feel. I just think they're really cool, and maybe that's why I've been collecting them for so many freaking years now. Anyway, I've got these boxes filled with computer bits, and I guess I thought that at one stage, or I always think to myself, I'm going to sell them on eBay, for spare parts or something like that. But I never really get around to it. So I just have this accumulation of hardware. I also have like 12 cell phones, mobile phones in those boxes, dating all the way back to like Nokia mobile phones. And I have a whole bunch of other random stuff too, like music playing devices, like CD players, like Discmans, mini disc players, just a whole bunch of freaking junk that I've literally trekked around with me across the world, all the way from South Africa, all the way to England, and all over the country, all the different places that I've lived in London, and all the different places that I've lived. Oh man, it's been kind of silly. Are any of you out there like me? Am I the only hoarder of computer peripherals in this world? world. I hope not. I really do need to get rid of that junk, though. Seriously, it is clogging up my life. It's something fierce, man. And if I ever do get a lady up into this house and she sees that box, man, she's going to hit the high road like nobody's business. She's going to be like, this dude's a freaking hoarder. I'm out of here, man. Anyhoozle, just slept the night away and realized that I probably went way ahead of you guys. I'm sorry. I got stuck in my story. It's very simple what we're doing over here, guys. Of course, we are adding a block above the water so that we can install the pistons. And next step, all we got to do is get those observer blocks installed to each of those pistons, right? And actually, while we're doing that, let's plant the sugarcane, get that jazz growing. We might as well get this going. And let's not forget to install the hopper minecart at some point too, because that's going to be kind of important. Anyway, let's get this jazz growing. And the green looks kind of beautiful, doesn't it? Oh man, this little computer component is looking so sweet. I'm loving it, man. Now, how did we install these observer blocks? I think it was this way. Yep, there's the redstone butt. So that's the easiest way to do it, right? Just install it above the little pistons like so. And I guess we do the same on this side. Has that actually done it? Yeah, there we can see the arrow at the top, right? Which kind of shows us where the observer block is facing. You know, the observer block kind of scared me when it first got spoiled. I didn't really know how it worked, I guess, so it kind of intimidated me, but I suppose it's actually fairly simple. Now, we've got the observer blocks above the pistons. All we need to do now is connect them all up with redstone, and I suppose the only downside to this farm is that whenever any of the observer blocks get triggered, all of the pistons are going to get triggered, but I guess that's okay. What we have here, though, if we can actually take a look at this, is a perpetual system of collecting sugarcane. It's an automatic sugarcane farm that is going to continually mine out sugarcane, isn't it? It's just going to happen automatically while this chunk is loaded. We never have to worry about it, which is absolutely awesome. I guess the only thing we need to do now is get the whole thing set up so that this sugarcane only lands on the sand, and we need to sort of create some sort of a border around this. And I guess we should probably get some glass into this build. At the moment, it's looking a little bit concrete heavy, isn't it? And maybe we can get some orange glass into this. Oh, maybe what we could do is turn like this section of the component into some sort of a greenhouse or something like that. Yeah, that could be pretty cool. Let me get myself some orange glass up in this business. What started out as beautiful redstone symmetry has ended up in a giant freaking mess. Cyberdogs, I'm trying to make this thing a little bit more efficient, man. I'm trying to add a couple more spots for sugarcane, because at the moment we are only growing 18 sugarcane, and I don't know, man, I kind of want to get a little bit more yield out of our little sugarcane farm. So I've done a few adjustments. Take a look at this. I've pushed the rail a little bit closer to the chest, so we're only one block away from the chest. That's going to give us one more spot for sugarcane on this side. And on this side of things, I think we could actually get a couple more sugarcane slots here if we do something real smart. Instead of making the railway line do a loop like this, why don't we just make it go straight into the wall like that, right? That means we can get another water source over here, whereas if this was railing, of course, we wouldn't be able to get a water source in this position over here, right? So let's see if we can try this out. Let's add a couple more bits of sand on either side. We should be able to get 2 more sands into this area. There we go. Let's get the water flowing and make those into water sources. Very nice. And we'll do the same on this side. Yes, that's going to give us 2 more slots for sugarcane, which is perfect. And that should increase our yield quite nicely. I kind of need to get 1 more bucket of water though, don't I? Let's just get it from the ocean over there. No problem. Okay, there we go. So that is another 3 sugarcane added to each side. Oh, we need to get a little bit more water in this side too, don't we? Okay, let's just make sure that we don't break any of the rails. Start doing some covering up. By the way, I've broken the rails about 6 times now with the water. Yep, I know, derptastic. It's kind of tricky to do, okay? Geez, don't judge me, guys. Symmetry has been restored, Cyberdogs, and we are moments away from seeing our sugarcane farm trigger for the very first time. This sugarcane just needs to grow 1 more block, and hopefully all of the redstone up there will work correctly, and we will start collecting this sugarcane so that we can turn it into paper and turn that paper into rocket action. Our hopper minecart is going back and forth. Yes, there it is. Good stuff. It's going to go back and forth perpetually, hopefully. Well, it has to, or our farm is going to break. But all we need to do now is get some glass downs to stop this sugarcane from flying all over the show when those pistons trigger, right? We want the harvested sugarcane to land land on the sand so that the hopper minecart is going to pick it up. And I guess this is going to be the last part of this build, man. Let's get a nice, beautiful glass wall built up on both sides. And that's going to, I think it's actually going to look really cool. It's going to bring it in line with the design of all of the other components that we've got, right? Because we're always using glass in the netherboard bits and pieces. And yeah, I'm thinking that we get some glass like that, looking pretty good. And maybe what we do is top it off with a little bit of orange concrete just for the top of it. And yeah, maybe we need to make like a proper solid roof of orange. I don't really want to look down here through glass. I think it looks kind of ugly. It's way too pixelated for our build, right? To see these these observer blocks like this. And maybe what we could do though is create some sort of I don't know, like a border or something, just like we did over there, right? Like with the storage module alpha. Yeah, we can maybe do that, and maybe that'll make it look even more computery. Oh man. It's actually freaking working. That is amazing, man. Cyberdogs, put those palms away. Your faces are safe for now. There was no derpage in the creation of this redstone contraption. Well, there was some derpage, but it was off camera, so you guys didn't actually see any of it. But man, this is so cool. I really love the way that it looks. It looks like a computer component. It fits into the netherboard really, really well. I suppose we have to figure out a name for this thing too. But yeah, man, I absolutely love it. I have finished off all of the blocks. Everything is looking beautifully symmetrical, and I really love seeing the sugarcane and the observer blocks and pistons in there. And I love these cross beams that are going over it also. I guess there's one last thing to check though. Is the delivery mechanism working? Yeah, baby, there it is. 35 sugar canes in the belly. Very, very nice. Now we can start turning the sugarcane into paper, and then we can start creating some rockets for ourselves. Very, very pleased with that, guys. And can I get a like for actually making a redstone machine that works? Ah, thank you. Dear Ren, if you want, you can keep the content in this chest, but if you do, you have to blah, blah, freaking blah. Iskall, my little Swedish potato. I don't need your elytra. I earn my own wings, my brother. But this was a sneaky little trick you pulled on me, and I think it deserves some repercussions. Hi, what's happening? That's awkward. Now I know what you're about to say, Cyberdiggity dogs. 2 redstone contraptions in 1 episode. Who are you, and what have you done with the ReNDoG dog? Well, I gotta be honest, guys, it's taken me about an hour to figure this out, but I've put together a beautiful little prank for the Iskall 85. We're gonna be dealing with this stinky elytra once and for all, and it is gonna end up in this lava. Oh yeah, we're gonna burn it, baby. We are gonna burn it. And more specifically, it is gonna be Iskall who's gonna burn it. Okay, so let me try and explain what this stupid machine is supposed to be doing. I want to trick Iskall into thinking that he's gonna get a little gift from the ReNDoG. So he's gonna come over here. We're gonna have some signs and stuff that are gonna entice him to push the button, and when we push this button, let me just reset this bad boy so I can show you how it works. When we push this button, we want the elytra to drop onto this space in front of the glass so you can see the elytra, and then we want that block to be pushed away and the elytra to be dropped into the freaking lava down there. I know, it's genius, isn't it? It's absolute genius. Let's just actually test that this is going to work properly. If that is the elytra and Iskall's over here, he's going to go, ooh, this is kind of cool. Let's push the button. And boom, the elytra's going to land, and then it's going to land in the lava, and it's going to burn. And this is, well, the best that I could do with my redstone knowledge. Okay, let me break it down for you guys how it works exactly. Underneath this button is a line of redstone, and it branches off into 2 branches. This branch goes up a redstone ladder, I don't know what it's called, to trigger the dropper, and the other line hits a couple of repeaters so that we get a little bit of a delay before it triggers the piston over here, which moves the block, and the elytra falls down into the lava. This is an evil contraption of epicness. It's looking a little bit janky though. So let me finish it off and then we'll get it set up for the Iskall. Dearest Iskall, I just wanted to say how much I love you, man. Hearty face. You are the apple of my eye and the gas in my butt. Hearty face. Without you, I would wither away like a soggy bit of Weetabix. Hearty face. I have built for you a super high-tech barbecue shack. Hearty face. Push the button and all your barbecue dreams will come true. ReNDoG. Well, I couldn't have got more soppy and romantic than that, Cyberdogs. If Iskall doesn't fall for this, his heart is made of stone. And yeah, all we gotta do now, guys, is test this bad boy out once and for all. I've encased the entire thing in orange and black. I think it actually looks really cool, if you ask me. Oh man, maybe I'll make one of these on the other side of the island too. Anyway, let's go get one more block in the dropper, just to make sure that our little trap is working good before we prime it with the freaking elytra. Let's put some of this beautiful yellow beach sand in here, and if we're Iskall, we're gonna come over here, we're gonna hit the button, we should see the sand drop down, and we'll think, oh, it's an elytra, and then boom, it gets melted in the lava. That is absolutely perfect. Oh, I'm gonna have to reset this now, won't I? Yeah, well, I'm very, very happy with this trap, guys. I've gotta say, man, I cannot wait to see Iskall push that button and get wrecked. See his elytra go up in smoke like nobody's business. I know it's a little bit of a waste of an elytra, but you know what, man? I think it's worth it. Iskall tried to get sneaky with us, and we got sneaky right back with a little bit of redstone genius up in here. All right, elytra in the dropper. The prank is primed. Let's close that up, get rid of these blocks over here, and get ourselves out of here before Iskall logs on and figures out that I've been pranking his butt. Oh, that is beautiful. Well, Cyberdogs, that is just about going to do it from me on the Hermitcraft server today. I hope you have enjoyed today's very technical episode. It went pretty well. Not many face palms, to be honest with you, although I have spent way too many hours off camera trying to make these redstone contraptions work, but I'm very pleased. We now have an automatic sugarcane / paper factory, and Iskall has got his butt pranked like nobody's business. That elytra is going to get cooked something fierce in the barbecue shack, man. It is going to be awesome. Anyway, guys, if you enjoyed the episode, don't forget to hit the like button, okay? Really important. Lets me know you guys are enjoying the series, and also tells YouTube I'm doing a good job, and so YouTube shares my videos with more people, and that's just freaking awesome. And yeah, if you haven't subscribed yet, well, you better freaking subscribe, man. We got way more jazz to get up to in the next couple of episodes, and yeah, we need to figure out what these freaking villages are all about too. Thanks so much for watching, guys. ReNDoG signing out, and we will smell you all in the next episode.